Hey everyone, this is Anthony from Domingo's Hobby Shop, and today we're going to be talking about resealed Japanese booster boxes from China. I'm going to talk about my experience with them and also the amount of fake eBay listings, and I call them fake, but I guess resealed, whatever you want to call it, scam listings that are on eBay that I've been seeing for the past months. It's crazy. There's so much, and I don't see an end to it. And it's a huge problem. And I'm in my head, I'm just like, who the heck is buying this? I was doing a bit of research earlier, which is why you see all these recently viewed items. But I'm just going to do a search of Abyss Eye, right? And so if you guys know or shop on eBay or sell on eBay, which I sell on eBay and my own website, Kel's Collectibles, this is a legit store. You click on it, and I would 100% trust this. The price is a little above market, but that's pretty normal because with eBay and the fees, you're gonna list it higher. So this is real. I would trust this. And then here's another listing right next to it that has a lower pricing, the exact same picture, and it's crazy. Now, one thing I've noticed is that a lot of these fake sellers will just reuse a bunch of pictures from other people's listings, I guess just to make it look real. This is the crazy thing to me, and I don't know how true this is, but it says 111 sold and that there's 6 available at $99. So it's like, and free shipping. So if the price is too good to be true, it's resealed, it's a scam, stay away. Another thing that I've been seeing, so once you find a fake listing like this, I'm going to click on the seller, and then you're going to see basically the same box or the same boxes, but just multiple listings listed, just multiple times. And these prices are way too good to be true. You're going to tell me that you can get 4 boxes of Mega Dream for less than $300 when even right now with the price dip, these boxes are like 113, 115 is like lowest listed. It's insane how much scam listings there are. Now this is just one seller. There is a ton of sellers, and you can see right here. So they have this right here, $99. They have this right here, 101. I don't even know what this is. I guess you could buy multiple. So for less than $100 each, it's insane. Would not trust that whatsoever. And this is actually why I have trouble trusting Chinese suppliers. Even when I was starting to get product for my site, I was buying in bulk from eBay, from like big Chinese stores. And I would get the links from Twitter, Danny, I think it's Super Danny Deals or something. She has really good deals. And I was just like, I wanted to get into Chinese, so I would kind of test the waters through that. And I was getting legit sealed product, and then I would put them up on my site. I'd buy it in bulk, and everything was good. I've met my current Chinese supplier that way, but for the longest time, I have so much trouble trusting Chinese suppliers. Right here, $71.99 Mega Dream, 73. And once again, this is all from the same seller. It's absolutely crazy. And there's so much more. Like, let me scroll down right here. There's another one, 105. You can tell they just use this like AI photo. 23 sold, more than 10 available. It's crazy. Trying to see. This is also from the US. But here's the crazy thing too, right? I'm going to click on the seller. I'm going to see some other stuff. Look at this. They have this listing from the US, and then you keep going, and then they have this Mega Dream. What is this? $80 from China. It's so sketchy. Another listing of Abyss Eye. Like, why do you have 2? The same price. Another one, 102, with a whole different picture. Another Mega Dream from the US for $70. There's so many. I don't even have to go through all these. You're going to find tons and tons and tons. What it is you'll find one seller with a scam listing, and then you click on it, and then it is just a ton of of resealed boxes. And it sucks because there's also a bunch of Chinese boxes that you cannot trust. And so it's a huge problem because I feel like it messes with sale comps, but at the same time, you just got to know who to trust. But I don't know how or when that will ever end. It's nuts. And so my experience with resealed boxes, right? So earlier this year, I was vending at a show, and this vendor came up to me. Really nice guy. We still follow each other on Instagram. He was just like, oh, like another vendor that has really great prices, and we were going back and forth. Once again, really nice. He was telling me his story about how he got started. We basically exchanged numbers, and he hooked me up with his supplier. Now, there was a lot of red flags off the go. Not even a lot, just things that were too good to be true. But I genuinely trusted him. And I think it's because he didn't even know he was getting resealed boxes. Once I kind of dealt or got into like the problem and I realized they were resealed, I didn't even think about him. I just wanted to resolve this myself, and then I was going to tell him eventually, and I did. So what happened was I got in touch with the seller, and they sent me pictures. Everything looked good. Everything looked legit. I was able to pay with a credit card, which is one thing that he told me, and I was thinking, worst case scenario, I would just file a chargeback. These boxes will be fake, or whatever it is. I'll file a chargeback and go from there. I filed chargebacks before, so wasn't afraid to do that. No red flags. Like with the shipments, everything was kind of as normal. I get the shipments. I ordered Mega Dream and Terrestrial Festival, which at the time was like for a really great price. I think I got them for like 65 each or something. Landed. No tariffs, because what he told me was the supplier had a warehouse in Japan, and then they opened one up in China, and so they were able to ship stuff from there cheaper and get away from the tariffs, which alone in itself is just like, okay, it seems too good to be true. But I kept going with it because I took his word. He was vending at a show where there's a lot of good vendors, and he told me he's vended, for a while now. So I trusted him. I got the boxes, I opened them up, and it was just, as soon as I opened up a Terrestrial Festival box, I knew there was a problem. The crazy thing, and I'll be honest, I couldn't tell that they were like the difference between a resealed box and a real box. It's crazy, which is really funny because a week later, there's this video that came out like all over the internet about factories in China resealing boxes. And it's almost like they use the exact same factory that they seal all their boxes. You see the cards going down like the machine, they get packed. You could not tell. And at the time, I didn't have a Terrestrial Festival booster box to compare it, but it looked real. But I wasn't going to sell these without, making sure they were real, especially since it was too good to be true. So I opened the box, and one thing you could tell off the go was the mapping. Terrestrial Festival is a unique set where in the first 5 packs, you'll either get your A-Spec or Special Art Rare, and then depending on when you got your A-Spec or Special Art Rare, you're going to get it in your last 5 packs. That is how it is factory sealed from Japan. You can't change that. It's always been like that. That's one of those cons about Japanese packs, which is why they say don't buy loose Japanese packs, because there's certain sets that are mappable, stuff is weighable. And so my assumption is, they're opening these up, taking out all the good stuff and putting in the bad stuff in it. Not even the bad stuff. So if they didn't, if they would have resealed it with the correct mapping, it would have been even harder to tell. Another thing was that so I was getting my SAR per box, but my RRs, my ratio was definitely off. And then, there was one more thing. My Special Art Rares had They were either super off center or they had bad print lines. It's absolutely crazy. Now here's the kicker. So they were fake, or the cards were real, boxes were resealed. Here's the kicker. Before I got my refund, the seller kept pushing for me to sell them. She kept telling me, these boxes are so easy to sell, just sell them. She said, do you sell on eBay? Are you a streamer? Just sell them. They're so easy to sell. She said 80% of the market is like this, which I don't really believe her, but I'm sure that it could be a high percentage. She was saying that, so she basically admitted to these boxes being resealed. And she kept pushing for me to sell them. She was saying it's so easy to sell them. She was saying that some people mix that stock with real boxes, with regular boxes. It's nuts. And I would always push back. No, need my refund. And then every time it was just like a new way to do you stream? You know, you can sell them on streaming. And in my mind, I think about how much whatnot streamers or eBay, whatever, rip and shippers that are using this method and just using the packs and selling the packs individually. It's crazy. The possibilities are, once you saw all the eBay listings, that's just one side of this. There's the vendors that don't know, or they do know. And then it's the people buying this product thinking, because Japanese boxes are so expensive, thinking that they're getting a good deal, when in reality they're getting gypped for their money. And they might have, you know, if they open a box of Mega Dream or Terrestrial Festival and they don't know the mapping and they get their hit that they're looking forward to, that's not going to be a good hit. They're going to be happy because it was a cheap box and they got it for a good price. So it's crazy. It's one of the reasons why I have trouble trusting Chinese suppliers. Even if you look at some of their listings from for Chinese boxes, I've noticed that like they'll have a ton of Japanese singles, and I'm just like, where are they getting all these singles? You know, are they part of this whole resealing scheme? And I have no idea. But it's a crazy time. I'm really hoping that one day all those eBay listings will go away, because it's not good for anyone. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, just wanted to kind of shed some light on this issue and I guess my experience with it. I was able to get my money back, ship the boxes back, and then I told the guy who connected me with the supplier, like, hey, these aren't real. Like, I hope you know that. And then he had no idea. So, and I do believe him. It is what it is. I no way would ever sell anything like that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, just shedding some light on the topic, this big issue. And yeah, just thank you for watching the video if you stuck around this long. Anthony from Domingo's Hobby Shop, and until next time.